You know that feeling, right? When you just want to escape everything to find a little bit of peace? That to finally get some quiet, you have to completely unplug from the chaos of your daily life? Well, today, we're diving into chapter 5 of the Bhagavad Gita. And believe me, this ancient text has a mind-blowingly modern answer to that exact problem. So the whole chapter kicks off with this huge question, one that honestly feels like it could have been posted online about 5 minutes ago. Arjuna basically asks, so what's the deal? What's better, to jump into the world and get things done, or to renounce it all and just retreat? I mean, it's the ultimate dilemma, isn't it? Hustle culture versus the quiet life. Which one actually gets you to a state of real, lasting peace? Okay, so let's get into it. To really get what Krishna says next, we first need to be super clear on these two paths, which, on the surface, seem like they are complete opposites. So here's the breakdown. On one side, you have Karma Yoga, which is the path of action. This is all about being fully engaged in your life, your job, your family, all of it, but doing it selflessly. Then you've got Sannyasa, the path of renunciation. And this is kind of the more classic idea of what a spiritual path looks like. Stepping back, withdrawing from worldly stuff. Now here's the key. Both of these paths are trying to get to the exact same place, liberation, that ultimate peace. But Krishna says one is definitely a better route for most of us. And there it is, straight up, Krishna says that the path of action is actually superior to just giving up on action. Now, I know that probably sounds completely backward, right? How can doing more in this crazy world possibly lead to more peace than just checking out and doing less? Well, the answer is in this totally brilliant reframing of the entire idea. So yeah, how can being in the world be a more direct path to peace than getting out of it? This right here is the whole secret. The Gita is about to completely redefine what it even means to renounce something. This right here is the master key to the whole chapter. Real renunciation, true sannyasa, isn't about quitting your job or dropping all your responsibilities. It's about changing your entire mindset. It's about letting go of that anxious obsession with the outcome. You know, whether you're going to get praised or get blamed, make a profit or take a loss. You do the work, you give it your all, but you release your white-knuckle grip on the result. And the Gita gives us this absolutely perfect image to understand this. A lotus leaf sits right on the water, but it never gets wet. The water just beads up and rolls right off. That's the goal, to be in the world, doing your thing, fully engaged, but to let the results, the stress, the anxiety, the hits to your ego, just roll right off of you. You're in it, but you are not stained by it. So how in the world do we actually do this? Well, the Gita gives us a pretty clear roadmap. First, you act with your whole being. You pour your body, mind, and intellect into what you're doing. Give it 100%. Second, you consciously practice not being attached to whether you succeed or fail. You do your absolute best, and then you let it go. And third, you dedicate your work to something bigger than just yourself, which really helps dissolve the ego stake in the game. And the promise? This path leads directly to a deep, unshakable inner peace. So, what does a person who has actually mastered this look like? What's the vibe? Well, the Gita doesn't just leave it up to our imagination. It paints a really clear picture for us. Well, for one, a person living this way sees everyone with an equal eye. They see the same essential truth in a brilliant professor, a cow, an elephant, or a dog. There's no judgment, no hierarchy. They're also not on that crazy emotional roller coaster, not getting super giddy when things are great or totally crushed when things go wrong. Their mind is steady. And maybe most importantly, their happiness is an inside job. It's generated from within, it's not dependent on getting likes or approval from the outside. And this gets to a really deep insight. They understand that all those highs we get from the outside world, the new phone, the promotion, that perfect vacation photo, they're all temporary. The Gita says they have a beginning and an end. And because they're temporary, constantly chasing after them is a guaranteed recipe for misery. The real, lasting joy, that's found inside. Okay, so let's bring this all home. What's the ultimate takeaway from this ancient wisdom that we can use in our super busy modern lives? It all boils down to this one powerful idea. You do not have to quit your job or run for the hills to find peace. The real work, the real transformation happens right here, right in the middle of your daily life. The path to peace isn't about escaping your actions. It's about transforming your relationship to your actions. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Looking at your day to day, what is one single action you can perform, just one thing, where you give it your absolute best effort, and then you consciously let go of what happens next? The answer to that question might just be your first step toward finding a deeper, more resilient kind of peace than you ever thought possible.